Hello and welcome everybody to round 13 of Race Department's Formula FG Championship, live here from Monza, the Temple of Speed in motor racing. Glad you can join us. I'm Aidan Kerrinan, host once again this evening. Round 13, unlucky for some, and it could definitely be unlucky today, as we can see thanks to that weather graph. Definitely going to be an action-packed race, judging by that. Did of course have a wet qualifying session as well, and it was James McNamara who catapulted himself into pole position late on in the session, very late in fact. In the last couple of minutes, some rather large shuffle, which the DTKs got to the front as well, but McNamara ended up getting it. Just ahead of Lasky, so the two title protagonists taking on each other this round. It's really only a two-horse race, I think, at this point. I think it might actually be mathematically as well. So, or nearly. So, definitely going to be one to watch between those two. Daniel Harvey, Stefan Berner on row 2. Rui Martins, Ben Uta, row 3. And the rest of the top 10, Damien Sun, Manola Sigalakis, Nathan Corns, Hugo Rossello. Yeah, really anyone can get a little bit done there, I feel. So definitely keep an eye out. Further behind, Jordan Bradford 13th, Tapia Rinho 20th, the Karenans once again in 21st and 22nd. There's a lot of chances for overtaking here. In the rain as well, there's going to be a lot of mistakes, so there's going to be a lot of chances to move forwards. Don't count them out, that is for sure. With that though, we will head straight to the grid then for the Italian Grand Prix. Rightio, then we're on the grid here. Looking forward to a 100% race in the rain. Pretty much anything can happen. Engine retirements as well here seem to be more likely than other ones. We're up to 5 lights now then. Out they go, we're underway. It's a bit of a slow start, realistically. But they're getting it going now, and it looks like it's McNamara that has gotten the better start. DTK slowly moving away. It looks like Harvey's actually getting the slight better of Lasky. BRT there in the background. I think that's Stefan Berner making his way, trying to find something. As look at Harvey go. He's really making a good go of this. On the outside, though, it'll be Lasky just going to be holding him off further back in the pack, seeing if there's any... Yeah, there's a big bump there. I think that's Joseph Wright down there, as now around the second part of the chicane, and Lasky, sorry, has been able to get the jump there. So Lasky into the lead. McNamara down to third. Daniel Harvey is going to get by as well. Stefan Berner, Ben Utsa has moved up a little bit there. Rui Martins going backwards. Damien Sun, Sigalakis, Rossello, Luke Rosella as well. Carlos Rodriguez, Nathan Corns has gone backwards there off the start line, that's for sure. Dovizioso pressuring him as Joseph Wright, yeah, he got up, having clipped someone there, so really surprised. Quite an amazing start there. So Rinho's gone backwards as well, and he's maybe in danger of losing another position and brink up a few. As Dovizioso goes through there, Corns and his teammate there holding each other up. Jordan Bradford's going to get through there. He lost a few positions, but he's now on the way up, it would seem. Carlos Rodriguez there battling with Luke Rosella. First Lesmo. Through they come, and it looks like it's going to be Rosella just going to be able to hold on. Down the straight, and McNamara is actually making a look here into the Scara chicane. I think he's been able to pull it off as well. So there you go, James McNamara back into second, getting past Daniel Harvey there. That's not going to help Harvey either, as Stefan Berner is now right onto the back of him. Should probably be looking to make an overtake there. As we'll just go and try to find a little bit of performance, and this could be dangerous down into the Parabolica. Stefan Berner going close there, not quite able to find it. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. So Harvey just going to be able to hold on there. There is the top 5. They've been able to break away pretty nicely there from Rui Martins, who has Damien Sun now on the way through. Surprising that it's Rui Martins that's really struggling. He's one of the lighter ones towards the front. Well, in fact, the lighter you are, seems that you're struggling just a little bit more, as Harvey hasn't been looking completely at home there. Martins has been able to keep Sun behind. Sigalakis, Rosella, Rodriguez, Dovizioso. Bradford is slowly clawing his way back up there. Find the Optimas in dire needs of getting those cars both to get the finish line today, that is for sure. Big news during the week that it's in fact Ben Utsa that will be leaving the BRT at the end of the season. I believe it was Omar Saeed that is his replacement. So quite a shock, as up until this moment in time, Ben Utsa has, of course, driven every single race for BRT. He really has become part of the furniture there. As, Jordan Bradford is sliding back, and that's why he's slid straight into the gravel trap there. The first Lesmo. On the outside there of Rodriguez, and just no grip out there. Dirty line, wet track. It's going to be difficult for him to make it up from there. Now then, Lasky has McNamara pretty close behind here. McNamara is definitely looking for it. Down the main straight. Here we go. McNamara pulling out. Pulling up alongside as well now. Very early. Saeed has also slid off by the looks of it. McNamara under brakes into the first chicane, and as simple as that. Start of lap 3. McNamara back into the lead of the race. As simple as that for him. And already making a bit of a gap there. You can see Rui Martin's the only one still in the top 10 to really made a move. Everyone has stayed pretty stable. But Hugo Rossello and Luke Rosella as well. Jordan Bradford, what's going on here? Oh, he's gone off. He's gone off hard, that is for sure. Been just rolling the car for the rest of it. Coming through the Parabolica. Following Omar Saeed. Just gets it onto the grass. Into the wall he goes. There go my podium predictions. He's been able to overtake his wheel pretty quickly. There you go. First retirement of the race then. Lap number 2. Get that car away. So McNamara. He's a bit all over the place. He's into the gravel trap there. McNamara now, is he going to come back onto the track? Yes, he will, but Stefan Burner gets around him. Ben Utsa now will just be held up. So there you go, the championship leader into the gravel trap, the Ascari chicane there on lap number 3. The first big mistake we've seen from James McNamara for quite a while. There's Ben Utsa down the inside. Utsa won't actually be able to make the move there. James McNamara, of course, has not retired so far this season, holds quite a steady advantage in the Drivers' Championship as well. But at the moment he's sitting on 3 wins in a row. And if he can win here today, he will have broken the record in picking up his 4th. Bit of movement up and down the field, and now Ben Utzer down under brakes, going to get past the Australian. He's got past him in the first section. Yes, he does. He gets through. Now as they come out the corner, Rui Martins is there, maybe going to make a move past McNamara. That is absolutely a possibility. Burner and Harvey similar to each other, lightly fueled. Lasky not as lightly fueled, and he's into the lead of the race now, so he's going to be feeling pretty happy about that. Bit of a gap back there to Manola Sigalakis and Hugo Rossello. Playing Luke Rossello. There's Dovizioso with Nathan Corns chasing him down. Then Matthew Allington having a pretty good race here at the moment. Carlos Rodriguez, and he has been able to bring new helmet here this weekend. He's been hoping to get it out for a while now, and it's only just been finished. So he'll be happy about that. At the moment he won't be too happy with his position, but Damien Sun isn't doing too badly inside the top 10 at the moment, so he'll be happy about that. There's Omar Saeed at the moment. McNamara's chasing 4 wins in a row, and Saeed at the other end of the scale is trying to avoid 5 retirements in a row. It sounds like somebody might have gone in. Yeah, indeed, Dovizioso there. Doesn't look like he was helped in there. Just doesn't get it right there at all. As there we go, one of the Kareners has gone off as well, Danny Totos. So it's a bit slippery down there. Engbrink goes through on his teammate. Further up, Damien Sun and Rui Martins are having a battle between each other. Back into the slipstream there for the British driver. He'll try his luck a second time, but will he get far up enough? Yeah, you'd think he would. And Dovizioso's gone off again there. What about this time? Was he helped along this time? He is battling there with Joseph Wright. Down to the Parabolica. Very easy to get it wrong here. Oh, he just loses the rear end. Snaps on him on entry to the corner. It's really unfortunate for him, but it was a risky proposition. He was trying to get defensive. He's got to be careful there. Keep it on the track. The white lines aren't going to be too how do you put it? Well, I guess you'd say faithful. I guess you could say faithful. Very easy to just spin them out with no warning. Rob Sharp there again, back past Tapio Rinho. There's Damien Sun and Rui Martins there once again having a battle. And McNamara has gotten back past Ben Utzer. Will Ben Utzer go back past McNamara though? He's still close enough, he can still do it. He's got the slipstream. It's probably a scary proposition at this point in time to be trying to make the overtake. He's got to stay as close as he can through here. He's having to defend. That's not going to help him. McNamara has maybe just cleared away from Ben Utzer enough there. Oh, Lasky there, has he made a bit of a mistake? Maybe not. So his teammate just seems to have caught up to him here, putting a bit of pressure on him. Yep, and here we go, Harvey, and Lasky's having to defend him off. Very risky play there by the DTK. So surely we'll be bringing Stefan Berner into the equation now as well. Not quite yet, but surely soon. Once again, Harvey looking like he wants to get past. Down to the Ascari chicane. It's a risky position to do it, but he gets it done. Lasky stays on as well, but now Stefan Berner is right onto the back of him. That might bring the BRT into play a little bit more. By bringing the BRT into play, that could well be bringing McNamara into play soon after. Just look at the rain there. You can barely see the cars as they come out of the Ascari chicane. Way down the straight. Berner incredibly lighter than Lasky, so see if he's going to be able to try to make the move soon. As we get people coming into the commentary box without our knowledge. Back at the front. No change just yet. Harvey just holding on, and he's staying close enough that it's probably giving enough for Lasky to just hold off Stefan Berner. If Harvey is to break away from Lasky, he would be a sit and duck. Meanwhile, McNamara is catching up to that group as well, which only further difficulty as Rui Martins there has gone past Ben Utzer, so I'm not sure if that was just a bit of pace or what. Utzer fallen back there to Rui Martins, has been overtaken. Monza here, of course. There's actually Joseph Wright and Danny Totos at the moment. Ooh. Sharp angle for turn in there. For Ben Utzer, happy hunting ground for him, of course. When BRT left the series in Season 2, Razor took their spot. Ben Utzer found himself a seat at the new team. And after a straightforward first round in Belgium, I believe it was, had some decent pace, didn't have a great result. Turned up to Monza and ended up winning. Second race for the team and the driver, and they were able to pick up a famous victory there. At the moment, he looks like he's doing okay. Sigalakis and Rosella here having a real good battle. Zingbrink had gone past Rodriguez. Oh, Danny Totos. Joseph Wright. Tapio Iniho. Oh no. Oh, I thought I heard a car might have been idling there. Stopped. Just as talking about him. Oh, just does not grip, does not turn, and he is stuck in there. And the horror season continues there for Ben Utzer. It's amazing to see how far up he qualifies, how good the car is. It's not a bad car. It's got speed in it, the BRT, and yet Ben Utzer is second last in the standings on 10 points. Just can't get himself a finish. So, quite amazing in that regard. Here is his teammate at the moment. And chased down by James McNamara. It's left Rui Martins as well with a bit of a gap back to Damien Sun. And Stefan Berner having to look defensively in the entry here. McNamara very early on pulling out of the slipstream. And he's already passed before the start finish line. Stefan Berner is going to fight back, and under brakes there. Going to get the job done. Oh, jeez. I was wondering if he was actually going to pull that one up. It looked like he was almost going to go into the back of Lasky then as he turned in, but able to do so, and does really well there, Berner, in my opinion. Further back, we still see Joseph Wright and Tapio Rinio battling with each other, as Totos is now onto the back of Rodriguez. Yellow flag is out at the moment, and that's Dovizioso. Transmission. End of his day. As Rinho has gone around there. Contact, indeed there is contact. So Rinho goes around and Joseph Wright goes straight through. Back onto the track, and Saeed almost there is going to look again 2 positions. Back live, and we see that Saeed will not in fact get 2 positions. Now, I believe Rinho has also signed an extension out at Falcon, so expect to see him back the Hungarian team next year. Back towards the front. This is a good opportunity here for McNamara this time. He's in the slipstream. Or is he, though? Not making a whole heap of ground there into the BRT. Goodness. Braking late down there. Even in the conditions. No mercy for them. And the brakes now into the second chicane. McNamara going to be able to get the job done there onto Stefan Berner. Which for Berner might not be a bad thing. There's a yellow flag still out there. Not sure exactly what's happening with the car. Pulaski now, he has McNamara right behind. McNamara actually making up ground there. Now this could help Stefan Berner to be able to maybe even follow McNamara through, but definitely gain some time for free. McNamara right on the back there. Oh, and Lasky has gone wide there at the Parabolica, goes off, comes back on. Martins will go flying past as well. What a scary moment there for Jack Lasky and his championship. Well, it could well be defined by that. It may well have been defined by incidents such as in Britain. But that one right there, that was a big one. And that was nearly lights out for him, you would have to say. He just ends up surviving it. He's back in 5th now, however. Strategy is still on his side for the most part. It all depends on McNamara, on Damien Sun. What are they doing? Is that a 1-stop or is that a 2-stop? It's hard to say. Angbrink nearly going into the back of Allington there. As whoops, Carlos Rodriguez, same as Ben Utzer, gets it wrong, goes wide, stuck in the gravel now. I have to wait for some of them to go through. Stefan Berner, once again, he's having a really good race at the moment. He's up there and he's fighting for it, just like he picked up the victory in the United States this year. Don't forget. Still there for Dovizioso. It's going to be really difficult to see if anybody's actually in strife at all in this race. Damien Sun there actually gets past Jack Lasky, but Lasky should be able to return the favour. There you go, Lasky back there into 5th. Damien Sun is going to be a nuisance for him, it would seem. Oh, look at him. What a move there, Damien Sun. Cuts back to the inside behind the back of Lasky. Rossello is also interested at a little nibble there onto the man that was leading this season so easily earlier on. Just can't find anything at the moment. So I'll try to keep myself awake long enough here. As there you go, Allington and Sosos there. Oh, no, they did get into each other. They both kept themselves somewhat straight. As if they spun around, they'd probably still be in there. There's now even Bree Martins is past Stefan Berner here, so 2KF1 on a bit of a charge, but Berner's going to fight back. Good move there. Sigalakis there has gone past Lasky as well, so something's not right there for the DTK. He did go off the circuit a few laps ago. I see some of the cars today, they've gone off and they haven't looked all that good for a couple of laps afterwards. So that could just be the case, or there could actually be some sort of niggling problem there for Jack Lasky. Very hard to say, and still Divizioso, they're stuck on the side of the road. So Harvey, in the meantime, has got himself a couple of laps before he'll have to come in. Could be incredibly soon. Doesn't look like it'll be this lap though, and he's got himself a handy little lead there over McNamara. Here we go, Engbrink and Rosella here down at the second chicane. Engbrink a long way up there, but not going to find any way through. Surprisingly committed to that maneuver there. Lasky, of course, on a different strategy, on a heavy fuel strategy. Doesn't seem to be doing too many wonders for him at the moment, that is for sure. Martins and Berner continuing this battle now. Ooh, that's not going to help Stefan Berner there, that is for sure. Nearly going off in a carbon copy of what happened to his teammate, and that's all that time lost. But I don't think he'll be getting back anytime soon.
at the end of this lap.
Alright, so we're nearly at half distance. Some of the one-stop runners now will be coming in for their one and only pit. We do have Harvey slightly ahead of McNamara. McNamara heavily laden. And ready to go to the end of the race. Jack Lasky is not all that far up the road from him either. So Lasky should be shuffled back down yet again. Martins and Harvey are both. Well, they've both got another stop to go. Danny Totos quite high up at the moment as well. As conditions haven't exactly improved over the course of the race. If anything, they're getting a lot worse. Damien's son there has a run there on Hugo Rossello. Nathan Corn's in this battle as well. An interesting little scrap there as Tapio Riniho. That's just a fuel light. Getting involved into this battle as well. These drivers that he's racing with, except for Damien's son. Damien's son is good to go to the end of the race, so it's not too bad for him. As there is Danny Totos popping out just ahead of Ben Utzer in 12th place. Jack Lasky due to come in this lap then. So in he comes. Harvey will go through then. Back into the lead of this race. McNamara chasing him down even with that big fuel load difference. There's Jack Lassie underway once more. Stefan Berner should go past him, but he has yet another pit to go. Sigalakis there. And Lasky there. Oh, he just puts himself right in front of Hugo Rossello. Rossello won't be too happy about that. Now he loses touch there to Corns and therefore Damien's son. It's not going to help the Frenchman. It might help Lasky a little bit as well in the long term as he'll be a little bit closer. There we go, Riniho done and dusted. Bob Sharp will go past. Luke Rosella should as well. Oh, that's a risky move there by Riniho, and then he's on the defensive as well. As we've lost Ben Utzer, in fact. I think I can see where this is going. Once again, not a race to talk about for Ben Utzer. Carbon copy to the first retirement of the day, Jordan Bradford. Do we have another car off there? No. Not sure what that was about there. on the Saeed here. Yet to pit. Danny Soto's looking to put him under some pressure, but meanwhile James McNamara has made the move for the lead and takes it away from Daniel Harvey. So McNamara back into the lead of this race. He is set for the finish. He's already got a second and a half on to Harvey. He has another 7.5 seconds back to his teammate Rui Martins. Next person on the same strategy is Jack Lasky. He is, well, I don't know how far behind he is. He's miles. He's years behind. So the chance at a 4th straight win here for McNamara. There's Jack Lasky there. Now, Lasky did get past Hugo Rossello, so see if Rossello has anything in response to the move by Lasky. Now is his opportunity. Lasky looking on the defensive though. Here's a chance now for Rossello. Looking for the overtake. It's overall just going to be holding Lasky up from being able to push too far forward. It's going to help some of the other 2-stop runners later in the race. And as Rossello gets the move done, Lasky falls back behind once more. So Saeed pulls in. Vizioso still sitting there. This is the situation where it's good for Lasky. He's keeping up with Rossello, and Rossello is keeping up with most of the other 2-stop runners ahead of him. When they start battling for position is when Lasky might end up losing a bit of time, which he may end up doing here. He's down the inside. Will he get the move done? He will. Gets a big gap there to Rossello, so that might be enough to break the Frenchman and keep Lasky ahead. Got to be careful. Danny Totos is just slowly pulling himself forwards here. So Lasky grabs the position there. He's some 31 seconds there behind McNamara. And he's really, like, in terms of strategy, he's the closest one on the same strategy. He's the only one that could arguably be able to catch and beat McNamara if McNamara just continued on his way, but it's 31 seconds. It does seem to be enough done by Lasky there to just get himself a couple of laps. Hugo Rossello not battling with him. Rob Sharp a little bit all over the place there, going to allow Tapio Rinniho a fantastic run here as they come down towards Parabolica. Rinniho will just have to back out a little bit. As such, he won't get past just yet, but next straight. Good opportunity here now for Rinniho. He's a long way up alongside the Optima. Down under brakes. Some good move there by Rinniho. Lasky here is actually throwing the hammer down a little bit. He's actually catching up a little bit to Nathan Corns, and he's pulling away from Hugo Rossello. However, Danny Totos is making up a lot of time behind that. So the Keranen Motorsport car at the moment is one to watch. Harvey is really going nowhere here at the moment. Being left behind there by McNamara. Stefan Burner, meanwhile, ticking the boxes that he needs to at the moment. Sigalakis, he has to be careful. Look at Corns go at the moment. Raven West looking very menacing. These two fighting are likely to start dragging Jack Lasky in towards them. Harvey, I think, should almost come out ahead of Lasky still. I think Martins might just be just behind. Here we go. Corns now coming down the straight. I think he might even have this move done just about. Down the inside now on Sigalakis. Oh, Sigalakis trying to turn in there. found a bright red Raven West in his way. Now he'll get the slipstream though down the main straight. I mean, under brakes he should get the job done. Sigalakis there, back up into 5th. Korn's going to be held up a little bit there. Lasky now going to jump on board for the fight. Danny Totos still pulling down that gap. If he can get onto the back of Rossello, he might find himself a couple of laps of... well, he might find himself a bit of a slipstream. Anyway, should get him up ahead a little bit faster. So 4th place for Burner here. Doesn't look like he'll be able to keep it with Lasky, Totos close behind, even Damien's son, as Engbrink has been able to clear the British driver, but it does seem like it's going to be a little bit difficult for some of these drivers on 2 stops to hold their positions. They're going to have to come flying through in the final stint. Oh, Carlos Rodriguez there. Showing Omar Saeed just how well the car can handle. Saeed at the moment, he's looked like he'll break the duck. Had the monkey off his back. Here we go. Now Corns has gone back past Sigalakis. Sigalakis looking to maybe try to take the position back. Lasky has gone onto the back of both of those two now. So whatever happens, he wants a piece of it. A 1.7 second gap. Sigalakis is now no more than a 10th, maybe 2. Sigalakis there actually having a look down towards the Ascari chicane. He's going to get it done as well, as Lasky's looking to try to follow him through. He's going to find himself on the outside, however, there. So Sigalakis goes through. Lasky just getting held up a little bit. Held up a lot. Actually, look at that. No speed out of there whatsoever. As Corns and Sigalakis sprint off into the distance. Totos is also close by. There we go, so Corns now back into 5th. Sigalakis staying relatively close, so he's got to be careful. Lasky is in striking distance as well if he can't keep up at least with Corns. Lasky there did lose quite a lot of time, nearly at least 2 seconds there to Hugo Rossello. He has got the pace at the moment, Lasky. Will he have it soon if he gets into a battle with Sigalakis? Corns, in the meantime, will probably be hoping that Sigalakis provides the same sort of challenge to Jack Lasky that was given to Corns. As now, actually, Lasky is having a look. He's close by. He's got to just hold the temper for a second as they go through the yellow flag zone. Now, for Parabolica. Doesn't make the move just yet. He will be patient. And through they come now. He'll pull out alongside really early. Gets that little kink to get him a little bit shorter run. Alongside Sigalakis now. And under brakes. Does look like he's gotten himself ahead, and Sigalakis not turning in there too harshly, and now he's in a bit of strife. Teammate Rossello, Danny Totos right behind as well. Lasky off into the sunset already. There's actually, in fact, Rossello needs to be careful here because Totos is making the move. And through the Curva Grande into the second chicane. It's easy as that. Now it's Rossello that gets left behind. Straight they come. Corns not doing too badly now. Sigalakis already has Totos looking for 2 overtakes in 1 lap here. The Hungarian waits for the green flag zone, then takes the inside for Parabolica. What a fantastic lap there for Danny Totos. Will he be able to keep Sigalakis behind though as they come down the straight? That could be a bit more difficult. And Sigalakis will pull up alongside, so that's going to hurt a little bit there. So he then also struggles to get through there. But oh no, hang on. What's happened there? Sigalakis has gone off. So as he's looked to turn in, oh, he's gotten a bit too much of the curb perhaps there and just not gotten it right. In he goes. Finds reverse pretty quickly, but he's going to have to stop there for Engbrink, and he's going to be stuck there a while. So that's going to really impact Manolis Sigalakis and his race. Was running in P5 just a handful of laps ago. Corn's able to get by, Lasky able to get by. Totos did get by. He retook the position. Couldn't keep it on the track anymore after that. It's at least past 15th. Go back and we will find him now a lap down to McNamara. That's the way for Harvey to go by. He's got to be careful that engine going pretty damn hot, and he's lost so much time there, Sigalakis. And here we go, Stefan Berner. Daniel Harvey as well coming in. And there's Tapio Rinniho, judging by that, is looking to make a move on the points late in the race. He should have a pretty good chance now with Sigalakis dropping out of contention for it. So Harvey will be the first one in. And he's lost a bit of time there to Rui Martins. Out of nowhere, really. There goes Martins. Sigalakis, well, he's a lap down. Vizioso, he's about 30 laps down. Stefan Berner will come in now as well for his final pit stop. Harvey done and dusted before Berner makes it past him. We'll see now. Harvey coming down the pit lane, and seems that Lasky's actually going to be able to go past his teammate here. Indeed, with relative ease. A lot of room, and so too does Danny Totos. So Danny Totos has gotten past Daniel Harvey there as well. Who will win that battle to the end of this race? Harvey, Totos, Lasky.
Pit at the end of this lap.
Corns will be in at the end of the lap. Martins as well. Martins could well make a cameo appearance, but I don't think it'll be near the podium. Stefan Berner there has come back out in 9th, so he remains in the points. Just ahead of Chris Guardian there. Tapio Rinniho right on the cusp. You'd imagine that he would probably... Well, yeah, he will have to be in the points. Engbrink will be pitting soon, and he has nowhere near enough of a gap there to Rinniho. Rob Sharp has a chance as well. So the one-stop race is definitely coming into play at the moment. As said, first in will be Martins. Corn's the next one to be in. May not make the pit lane before Martins is done. Indeed, that is the fact. Lasky going to come through. Totos, Harvey. They're racing down the pit straight, and Martins is nowhere near the pit exit. He's only getting there now. So it doesn't make time up there on Daniel Harvey. I think he's probably lost a little bit. Corn's coming through. Damien's son is the important one here at the moment. He gets past. Berner gets past. Corn's going to come out behind Guardian. behind Rinyaho. So Gorns comes back out in 10th place. Engbrink's dropping down a little bit as well now. As mentioned, Rob Sharp in 11th. On the cusp. Engbrink, Allington. There's Saeed. We'll get past the Dutchman there. Engbrink there coming out just ahead of Rodriguez. Rodriguez going to look for the position straight away. Will he find it? Engbrink doesn't really want to give it to him, and we'll be able to just hold on. And that's Saeed with a bit of a gap, bit of breathing room. Now it's a battle here between the two DTKs and the Karanen Motorsport car, sandwiched in between. Lasky would love for Harvey to be holding up the Hungarian. I think Harvey would like the chance against second place. I'm not sure if the team would like that so much. Down the straight now, and Toto's definitely making time up there on Lasky, but he has got Harvey just behind, which is the real danger at the moment for him. So here is Martins. It was down to 3.9 seconds, I seem to remember, that he was ahead of Harvey. Now finds himself 5.5 seconds, which was where it was before that point, so seems about right. As Stefan Berner there making the move. Oh, is he going to bring it back? Oh, good car control there. Risky, but gets the job done, and Stefan Berner finds himself back into 6th place now. Question is, can he hold the challenger behind? Especially down this next straight will be the real test. Chris Guardian, Tapio Rinho, and Nathan Corns. And as Hugo Rossello has gone past Rob Sharp there. McNamara chasing down Allington and Wright, looking for the overlap. 10 laps to go for him. 10 laps to a 4th win in a row, an unprecedented event, as Harvey has gotten past Danny Totos. So clearly enough speed there for the DTK. He's now got quite a gap there to his teammate, which DTK will be happy about. Did slow down the possibility of Totos maybe catching up and getting past Lasky, so they may have done enough there, DTK. Harvey might have done enough being the wingman. But he's got to be careful now because he's slicing into that lead of Jack Lasky's even. Coming down the straight. Lasky is losing time to his teammate. Harvey is definitely not being caught by Totos. But Martins is on a charge there in the other 2KF1 car. Stopping 1 lap later than Harvey. He's had a lot of clean air. A lot of time to get his act together and start going after it. It's down to 1.6 seconds now between Harvey and Lasky, and Harvey is eating into that gap. Rinho there again past Chris Guardian as well. This is where being on the 1 stop, you're a little bit more of a sitting duck to the 2 stop cars. Especially those ones that are quite powerful. McNamara in control. Lasky not in as much control as he would have liked. That is surely what he must be feeling. Danny Totos likely to be swallowed up there, as something's happened back here possibly to Rinho. He's lost a couple of positions there. He got past Guardian, he's been re-overtaken, and Corns has gone through on him now as well. That's positions that he won't be getting back anytime soon, that's for sure. Gotta be careful of Hugo Rossello as well. Danny Totos might be bringing Ree Martins along for a ride in the slipstream any second now. And Daniel Harvey. Maybe he's going to be making the move on his teammate. Maybe next lap. Closing right in on Jack Lasky there. You have to wonder if maybe even at this point in time, a DTK may be looking at constructors. I mean, if Harvey makes the overtake here, are they basically... is that thrown in the towel? Is that it for the Drivers' Championship? That'll be another 10 points over to McNamara. And Harvey's going to go through. Martins, however, on the backside has also been able to take Danny Totos. So now Jack Lasky is at danger. He's actually sticking close here to his teammate. As is Danny Totos to Rui Martins. DCK teammates in formation, and then Martins and Totos, 2 drivers, their teams with very a related subject. That is probably the best way to put it. So now Martins needs to be chasing down Lasky, and as he does that, Danny Totos will no doubt be looking to stay as close as possible to Martins, maybe get himself back to 4th place. As Lasky there does seem to be falling off the back of his teammate. Nathan Corns there again past Damien's son as well. Now having got a handy gap straight away, Chris Guardian and Tapio Rinho now will resume battle. It looks like Rinho should have that one. Fairly straightforward scenario. As Lasky is definitely falling off the back of Harvey much faster than Totos is falling off Martins, and Martins is definitely catching up to Lasky. We've seen that these overtakes, they very rarely happen in positions where it's beneficial for the driver that's been overtaken. We did see it just then, however, with Lasky and Totos, both of them being overtaken at the second chicane, and it worked okay for them. That's no guarantee that it will the next overtake, and it's surprising that Harvey here has just gone and left his teammate. He's pressed on. And he is arguably left Lasky there to the wolves. And I think this is going to be the unfortunate situation for Jack Lasky. Martins is closer to him than Daniel Harvey. Danny Totos is trying to remain as close as possible for the chance to maybe be able to make an overtake happen soon after, but it doesn't seem quite close enough. Engbrink and Roselle are battling on the backside of the pack, down in the midfield. Martins creeping on in, looking for an opportunity that is just slowly ending Jack Lasky's season. Five laps remaining for James McNamara. Jack Lasky, it must be an eternity having to be put through this. This is dangerous for him because Martins is right onto the back of him now as they come onto the main straight, and down at the first corner is probably not where Lasky would like to be overtaken. Cars have been struggling to get through there all day after being overtaken. Now Martins, down the straight he comes. He's already got the job done. Or almost had as they come across the line. Deep under brakes. Oh, he actually pulls in front there of Lasky. Oh, and they've touched the two cars as they come out of the corner there, and that has definitely lost them time. Lasky trying to stay as close as possible. A sloppy maneuver by both of them. Martins obviously felt there that he had the opportunity to be able to take the racing line back. Lasky, as he is absolutely entitled to do so, felt like he could even look to make the comeback down on the outside. Or cut back on the inside of that corner, or the first part of the chicane. He did get alongside, and then it was just a case of nobody giving each other room. Has allowed Danny Totos to close up a little bit, but he's a bit off the back, and Lasky would have had some slipstream, so it should still almost be enough there for Lasky versus Totos. McNamara there going through the Curva Grande. See the movements, no movement at the top of the table. Harvey and Martin's moving a little bit. Lasky down a few positions. Rinho, big winner, definitely, of the day. Damien's Son having fallen back a little bit. Stefan Berner as well, but definitely Jack Lasky. That is the one that will sting. 2 positions down from second place. Hasn't even been able to hold it. He was in that position into the final stint. Martin's going to give it a go at chasing down Harvey, but there's just not quite enough time. Lasky, though, is losing time there as Carlos Rodriguez making an off-track excursion. As in fact, Chris Guardian now, he was inside the 10 a while ago, so I'm not sure what's happened to him there, but he's fallen a long way back. As has Damien's Son. He should be able to find himself a point. Hugo Rossello has gotten himself back into the points. So it's not all doom and gloom there for Apex. 3 laps remaining now. For McNamara. Oh, and Jack Lasky. Now what's happened here? It was before that. Gets through there absolutely fine. He's still well ahead, so it must have been making the mistake. He goes wide at the first Lesmo. He's into the gravel trap. Totos will get through. And Lasky now 4 seconds behind. He will surely be in 5th place. And 5th only. Stefan Berner and Nathan Corns. And actually, Hugo Rossello may have the opportunity to make a move on to Tapio Rinho. It's absolutely a possibility. I do believe Rinho was a one-stopper, so Rossello would have a little bit of speed he needs. Now for McNamara. 2 laps to go to something truly special. As what's happened there to Daniel Harvey? Is it the same as his teammate? No, it's not there. So, is it the second Lesmo? Indeed it is. He's gone straight on there. Looking to come back on. Oh, Martins. Somehow gets through it all. Now Harvey actually might have to just watch himself from Danny Totos. 2 laps to go. 0.8 of a second. If Totos can stay close enough, that could be possibly an overtake, and Rui Martins finds himself into 2nd place now. 2KF1 in a position of a 1-2. How DTK have capitulated in these last couple of laps. As Harvey looks to get the job back on track, and he Shouldn't be under any pressure there from Totos. So the conditions there, catching out Daniel Harvey. McNamara will come along. He will be starting his final lap. Harvey there has been able to just clear away from Danny Toto, so he should be safe on the final lap. Should be able to take his position on the podium. Now between Riniho and Rossello. Promises to continue on to the final lap. And Son should be able to hold on to his position as Tim Engbrink right onto the back of Rob Sharp here. Down the straight they come. Engbrink down under brakes. Past Rob Sharp. Gets the job done. Sigalakis lap down. But coming through the Parabolica now, James McNamara breaking the record, his 4th win in succession. One hand on the Drivers' Championship as well. And he wins in Italy. And that is a successful middle part of the season. Getting, what, 3 of the 4 100% races. So big win there for him as Rodriguez will come across in 18th. Rui Martins now for 2nd place. His best of the season. I think equal best of his career. I can't remember if he's... I don't believe he's won a race yet. It was close for him, but he's been able to get it. And 2KF1 take a 1-2 as well. Daniel Harvey will come across the line for 3rd, just ahead of Danny Totos. Equaling his best finish in FFG. Through comes Jack Lasky as well now. 5th place, 15 points gone towards McNamara instead. Stefan Berner. Good result for him, 6th place, just ahead of Nathan Corns in 7th. Tapio Riniho should just be able to hold on to this one, but Hugo Rossello is going to make an effort for it. To the line, who's going to be able to get it? It's going to be close. It's going to be Riniho by 0.035 of a second, and Damien Sun for the final points paying position. Engbrink having taken that. Rob Sharp going to be Sigalakis is going to try to overtake him. It's completely irrelevant. Those two having a little bit of fun coming across the line. And Saeed there going to get onto the... He will be classified as a finisher. He is a finisher. He has finished the race. He's still going at the end of it, so he'll be happy about that. Matthew Allington there, and Luke Mazzella in 15th as well. Joseph Wright. Tricky day for him. Chris Guardian was in the points, and then don't know what happened to him. And then Andrea Dovizioso is still on track. As far as I know, he's still in that car. Must be like a bathtub in there by now, surely. Confirmation of the race results then. McNamara, Martins, Harvey, Danny Thotos, Jack Lasky. 29-second win there for McNamara over his teammate. Stefan Berner, Nathan Corns, Tapia Iniho, Hugo Rossello. Such a close finish between those two. Damien Sun. Engbrink, Sharp, Saeed, Allington, Rosella, Right Guardian, Rodriguez, Sigalakis. Rodriguez and Sigalakis haven't been a lap down. Benuta, unfortunately, crashed at the final corner, same as Jordan Bradford. Almost, well, carbon copy, as I think I mentioned, and Andrea Dovizioso. His transmission failed and he decided not to vacate the track for the most part across the day. Last lap of the race was McNamara. Not sure when that happened, but damn, that was a quick one. See McNamara making his way forwards. Lasky was there or thereabouts, but just didn't work out for him. The long first stint hurt. Stephen Berner there, not a bad effort for him. Was in it for most of the race. Rui Martins went backwards, but he's just stuck with it, and in the end he was rewarded. Danny Thothos as well, making his way up there from 21st to 4th. With that, everybody, such concludes the European segments of the season. Nothing but flyaway races, just 4 rounds to go. McNamara in complete control here after this result. Next round will be from somewhere. I forget where. I think it might be Dubai. You'll find out about it nonetheless. Do hope everyone enjoyed the race. Sorry that I literally fell asleep in the middle of it. But we'll manage. We'll manage, that is for sure. Thank you everybody, and